Alright, so I originally had planned to talk about something regarding modern Call of Duty, but I saw something today. People have been talking about Call of Duty like they always do, and their top fives, their top threes, whatever you want to call them. Not even gonna lie, most Call of Duties are pretty ass in one way or another. I promise you, your favorite Call of Duty, there's some bullshit in that game that you do not like. It really all comes down to personal preference, obviously. I usually end up liking every Call of Duty that comes out in one way or another. Some more than others, obviously, but you know how it is. There are a few Call of Duties that are very good, and Black Ops 3 is one of them. And it might be the hardest one to justify saying that it's amazing or that it's better than your favorite Call of Duty, because people are like, who likes fucking jetpack Call of Duties, dog? One thing that I will defend about BO3 is the supply drop. No. Hold on, let me rephrase that. Okay, so going back through this again, what I really wanted to say was that people don't only say that the guns are broken, but they also say that it's hard to get the things that you want without having to spend money, because a lot of the guns back then were so rare to get, which made them seem like they were broken when you first saw them. And I feel like a lot of people that say that never actually played BO3, especially in its prime, because I can't recall a single gun, a single DLC weapon coming out being better than any of the base guns. Besides, the only argument you can make, in my opinion, was the XMC. And that was 2 years after. That was when World War II was about to come out or some shit. That was February. I don't exactly remember, but I remember it being way later when the XMC came out. But besides that, I don't really feel like any of the DLC guns compete with any of the base guns. In my opinion, I don't think a gun like even the RPK or the AK-74U, some of the higher tier DLC weapons, compete with even the fucking Vesper, the VMP, the Man of War, the M8A7. The M8A7 is literally the best gun in the game. The entire assault rifle category is full of terrible DLC weapons for the most part. The MX Garand and the M14 are exceptions, but besides that, most of them are pretty bad. You can make a case for all the sniper rifles too. All the sniper rifles in this game are pretty fucking good. So when I hear people say shit like, oh, they're pay to win, I'm like, really? You think that's pay to win? Advanced Warfare, World War II, and Infinite Warfare, all the games with supply drops, literally all had DLC weapons that were better than any of the base guns, and it wasn't even close because of the way the variant system worked in those games. Especially Infinite Warfare, the Cyclopean and the fucking Raw Titan, all those dumbass guns, they were way better than their base versions. Not to mention, in World War II, a lot of people dropped World War II after the first few months because the shit was just damn, this game's fucking boring as hell. But when they released all those DLC weapons during I think it was a little bit after the game's life cycle, those guns are way better than the base guns. You thought the PBSH and the STG were the most of your problems, bro. It's crazy. Now, World War II is a bit of a different case because it's a lot easier to get things in that game. So, in my opinion, I don't even know if you can call that game pay to win. Maybe you can, I guess, because if you spend money, you can get those things faster. But it was much easier to get the weapons that you wanted in World War II compared to the previous supply drop incarnations. Going past the supply drop shit, there's more to a Call of Duty game than just multiplayer. And BO3, to most people, has the best zombies mode. You can make an argument for BO2 and BO1, but I just don't see the maps being as consistently good as the BO3. I think they're a bit harder to get into for the casual side of players, but eventually you'll have to realize as a person who plays video games that you have to play the game how it is and not how you want it to be, because you're not the one making the game at the end of the day. So if you really wanted to just be oh, it's too hard, or you just don't feel like learning it, that's really on nobody but you. And at the end of the day, there's still the games from back in the day that you can play. So that's not, in my opinion, it's not a good argument for BO3 when people say BO3 is not that good. Especially since you got BO4 right afterwards, which is even more complicated than BO3. And then we have the campaign, and ooh, the campaign fucking stinks. However, it does have some very interesting gameplay gimmicks, and it also has this co-op. I cannot recall the last time a Call of Duty game had co-op in their campaign besides World at War and BO3. I can't name another one off the top of my head, especially in modern Call of Duty. Please, can we have co-op back in campaign? It's so fun. No matter how ass your campaign is, it's so fun. Not to mention that BO3 has a bunch of ways you can like customize your room, and it makes it feel like, I don't know, I like the feeling of having friends around and playing and getting your stuff leveled up. It has a bit of an RPG element to it, I guess. There's also, you can get camos and customize your loadouts in campaign. Like, there's a lot of great things in BO3's campaign that people overlook because they're just like, oh, the story's ass and it doesn't make any sense, which I'm not gonna defend it. Yeah, it's ass, and it will make your head hurt, especially if you're playing by yourself. But if you play with friends, ooh, that campaign is really fucking fun. And at the end of the day, you can always laugh at the shitty story. Looking past all that though, I still feel like Call of Duty I still feel like BO3 is a great game. Like, there's so much to like about this game. It has so much content even without the DLC. Looking in the bonus menu, you have Dead Ops Arcade 2, which a lot of people love Dead Ops. You have Free Run, which is, it's not really anything to brag at. It can and should have been expanded upon, in my opinion. If we ever get another Jetpack game, who knows? And then we have Nightmares, which is ass. But it's there, you know? It's something to do at the end of the day. Having all this stuff to do just it just makes your game better. Even if, you know, it might not be the greatest in terms of like story or gameplay. If someone will like it, there's always something for everyone. I will say this though. That motherfucker Blackjack. Oh, I forgot to talk about Blackjack. Blackjack is actually like fucked up. But then again, like every Call of Duty game has some fucked up shit. Like BO2, Shock Charge, Claymore, C4, Target Finder, LSAT, Riot Shield, Remington. Like, BO2 is not safe. MW2 is damn sure not safe. I don't even have to talk about that game. The broken shit that's in there. COD 4. I see a lot of people always talking about COD 4 as like a top COD. And yeah, COD 4 is pretty revolutionary for the FPS genre in the same way I kind of feel like Modern Warfare is. I don't think it holds up well today, unlike the rest of Call of Duty games. Like COD 4, especially when they remastered it, like COD 4 was not that fun, I'm going to be honest. A lot of mediocre to terrible maps. The game is not balanced at all. Weapons, nor in the perk selection. MW3, I've been hearing a lot of people say MW3 is pretty great too, and that's not what people were saying back then. People were saying that game was like, oh, that's when the shit about Call of Duty being a rehash of each game just started. Like, that's when it really started, when MW3 came out, which rightfully so, because MW3 did take a lot from its predecessors and didn't add much. It kind of just felt like an update to MW2, if I'm being honest, with the removal of like stopping power, which I'm glad it did, because it's basically, in my opinion, more enjoyable MW2, less frustrating MW2. That's what MW3 is to me. But in terms of BO3, like, I feel like BO3 did so much for this community. It helped so many people grow. It had such a great CDL scene, good amount of content, a great zombies, a great multiplayer. Another thing too, music tracks. We got it back in Cold War, but it was like super half-baked. Like, they had 115 in there, and it was like an instrumental. It was not it. BO3, we have every song in the base game, so like all of the, you know, little instrumentals that play during campaign and multiplayer, and then you have the zombie songs from past and present, and they're so good. Like, I love Lullaby for a Dead Man, The One, Beauty of Annihilation, all those songs that you can play while you're sitting in the menu. I wish you could play them while you're in the game, but, you know, I'm glad they're just here. I wish it was a system that could come back and is in every Call of Duty. Knowing Call of Duty nowadays, though, they're going to put it in the Battle Pass, make it $10, or they're going to put it in an item shop. So, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how to feel about it. Past all that, BO3 is a great game. I think it's one of the best Call of Duties ever made. I definitely think it's top 3, and I will make a case for it, for sure. I feel like it's not perfect. No Call of Duty game is perfect, in my opinion. so I can't really hold that against it. But even so, like, BO3 is great. If you think otherwise, that's fine, because at the end of the day, everyone has their opinion on Call of Duty games. So, you know, no matter how much I might say all these great things about BO3, you know, people have their opinions. They might think other games are better. You know, at the end of the day, these are all just video games. So no one's making a big deal out of it. But I will make the case for this game because I have fond memories of this game. I love it. It did so much for me back then when I was pretty young and playing BO3. I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time. So when BO3 came out, it was like a whole new... It actually felt like a different Call of Duty game. It started with Advanced Warfare, but it felt like they hadn't fully fleshed out Advanced Warfare. And then BO3 comes out and it solves a lot of Advanced Warfare's issues with the multiplayer. Not only that, but it has a great secondary mode, and it technically has a third mode that's co-op, which is campaign, that you can play with other people, that a lot of people overlook, and I don't know why people don't ask for it in every Call of Duty game. It should be a standard. It should have been a standard since 2008, but it's not. So it is what it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there.